Friday, which was good. Public holiday and that.
Oh yeah, that's true actually. 5-day weekend for some people here. We didn't get that when we were kids.
I know. Wow, school holiday.
Yeah, but still, like during
that now.
during the term, like that would have been insane. Anyway, we are here
Let's get on to it.
to do predictions for WrestleMania Extra Large. This is, well, I mean, I guess this is probably the biggest video we've done on the channel so far. You know, we did All In last year, which was a huge show. But this is Mania though. This has prestige. This has 40 years of prestige.
Yeah, it's the big one.
Yeah, technically it's 39 years, but
40th anniversary.
it's not the 40th anniversary. That's next year. Oh my god! If we ever do a video where WrestleMania 25 is relevant, that I'm never gonna let Vince down. I mean, he's done much worse things, but I just can't believe that they fucked that up. It's the funniest shit. Anyway.
Yeah, but marketing.
Yeah, but marketing. But anyway, we're doing predictions for WrestleMania Extra Large. We're going to predict the Battle Royal on SmackDown. We're also going to do Night 1 and Night 2. And this time we have 2 challenges. This time. It's a triple threat match for the Predictions Championship. Last time was, I think it was AEW Revolution, and Callum won by half a point or something really close like that. It was so close. It all
pretty much
came...
won because I said Akara wasn't going to be on the show, pretty much.
Well, you said he wasn't going to be announced, and I said he was, and I was wrong because he was on literally 3 days later. But yeah, no, we had that show. That was an all-timer. Before that was Elimination Chamber for WWE, which you went to, Regan, and we reviewed.
Yes.
That was great.
Very good.
But now we are here for WrestleMania. I am very, very excited for this show, despite the fact that 3 major players that were supposed to be wrestling on it aren't. That being CM Punk, despite he is going to do commentary, but he was going to wrestle on the show initially. Matt Riddle was supposed to wrestle Randy Orton on the show, but then he got fired because he's a nuisance. And then Charlotte Flair was supposed to wrestle, I think it was Bianca Belair on this show, but then she tore her ACL. So those 3, and there's a 4th one. Brock Lesnar was he was supposed to wrestle Gunther on this show. So that's 4 major people all got taken off the card, and despite that, I'm still excited for the show anyway, because I think what they've replaced it all with is still fine. I think that whilst the product isn't perfect, I think overall WWE in its current Renaissance era is the best it's been since the Attitude Era, in terms of hype, in terms of anticipation, in terms of drawing people in to want to watch the show, and just overall interest. I think this is probably the best it's been since early 2001, really.
Yeah, Raw and SmackDown has been great every week.
Yeah, especially recently, especially ever since Dwayne has become like a full-time character, it's been really interesting.
It's pretty much been full-time.
Yeah, he has.
Especially the
final
last
boss.
The final boss. My God.
Thank God they brought back the Hollywood thing.
Yes, I love that song.
That was so good when they did that.
And they've pretty much added to the entrance once a week. Every show, there's something different about it.
The Versace jacket, the sunglasses, oh my God.
He wore the exact same, like, cow leather
cow jacket
that he wore back in the Attitude Era, which is crazy to think about that he still had that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm really hyped for this show. I assume you both are as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, always hyped for Mania. Usually hyped for Mania anyway, most years. but I think especially this year. I think this year has been really special in the build-up.
It feels like it's come very fast. It doesn't feel like that it was 2 months ago when the initial.
It doesn't feel like it was 5 months ago when CM Punk returned at Survivor Series. That was 5 months ago. I can't believe it.
Yeah, and it's already been a month since I was at the Chamber.
Yeah, it's gone quickly.
It's gone fast.
Yeah. And it's been a roller coaster, but I think they've, especially in the last month, they've done some really special stuff with this build. There's been some all-timer segments, for sure. So, hopefully, they can pull it off. This is taking place in Philadelphia. I mean, they usually always have WrestleMania ever since 2007. Apart from the COVID year, they always have it in a stadium, so it should be packed, should be huge. Probably
There's
about
so much going on.
Probably 70 to 75,000 each night. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the real number. Slightly less than Wembley. But it's 2 nights, so it's a different beast. And I'm sure that, and I've seen pictures of them building the stage. They've got a big XL, and
extra large.
Yeah, and what is that?
Probably smaller than the stage last year. Which, to be fair, that stage last year was like top 3 stage.
Yeah, it really was. The WrestleMania 39 stage was unbelievable.
So good. So good.
Are we in agreement that the best stage though is 33?
33 is very good. The roller coaster.
Is that the roller coaster?
The roller coaster.
Oh yeah, with it. Was that when Hardy's returned?
Yep,
yes.
That's the one.
Oh yeah.
I remember watching that live. Good. That was fucking.
Yeah, we watched that live too. That one's a great one. And yeah, there's a few others, but I think 39 is definitely WrestleMania Hollywood. That was fucking great, that stage.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean that Roman Reigns entrance. That Roman Reigns entrance on the 39 stage with the pianos, man.
I've been thinking about this the last couple of months. What I would love them to do for Roman's entrance on Sunday is have it be like a violin solo. I think that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Because the piano one is very good, but violins, I think there's something about a violin solo and performance that just feels that much more emotional, and especially because this. Hopefully the rain comes to an end on Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully.
It would feel very quaint. And that's probably the video gamer in me that loves video game scores that have a lot of violins in it.
Yes.
Those are always so fucking epic.
That's also because you come from the UK, which is very violin inspired in music.
That is true. That is true.
Not only your traditional music, but even your like more modern sort of progressive music has a lot of orchestral elements in it, and all the better for it, I say. But Regan, is this your first full Mania since 34? I can't remember if you watched any others.
Whatever the last one we watched was, that's it.
34. Yeah. Yep. And 34 was fucking terrible. It's a bad show.
Which Triple H? I mean, which Roman Reigns match was that? Was it Triple H? Was it
Brock
Undertaker?
Brock Lesnar.
That was Lesnar.
Oh God. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That one.
Yep. It was that one.
How many F5s was it? It was like 5.
7. Technically, one of them
going to
was
be his 8th. I don't know though. They said like this will be his 8th main event, and then Sunday, then the next day it's 9th. But does that really count? It's not. It's the same show.
I don't think it should.
WWE, they count night 1 as an official main event.
They're counting, so they're going to say he beat Hulk Hogan's records for 9 main events.
Yeah,
but it's the same show. I don't think it counts.
I can see why you say that. Night 2 is always seen as more prestigious, but I think in an official capacity, they do count night 1.
They are two shows because you have to buy. I'd imagine you have to buy separate tickets for it.
You do, unless you get a bundle. Yeah. But yeah, you do have to buy separate tickets.
Obviously, get a bundle. You can, but it's two different. It's the same. Like it's like Wrestle Kingdom. They do two.
I mean, well, actually, there was one year Wrestle Kingdom did 3 nights, and that was fucking crazy.
When was that?
I think it was 2022. Maybe.
Hell.
It was
2 nights.
Mad. Same pay-per-view.
A week. Just do it weekends, and that's fine.
Well, I think there was a Japanese women's pay-per-view in the mid '90s that went for like 8 hours or something, and it was one day.
If you're the last match of a night, you're the main event.
Yeah, and I like that because it means that there's certain people that have main evented WrestleMania because of night one, like AJ Styles, like Bianca Belair, and Sasha Banks, the Usos and Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. You know,
Kevin Owens has had multiple main events.
Yeah, because he main evented against Steve Austin at 38 as well, which is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. They've made to be fair to them, they have made the night one main event feel big.
Yeah, but they're always really good. They've all been really good.
Yeah, like this year it's Rock, Roman, Cody, Seth, which is big.
Yeah,
like that's.
Last year it was Sammy and Kevin versus the Usos, which was great. Before that was Austin versus Owens, which was a lot of fun. And then before that was Bianca Sasha, which was great. And then before that was Taker AJ in the Boneyard match, which was so fun. It was like a horror film.
Yeah.
So
they've all been big hitters.
But you know, if you would say that the night 2 main event's the real main event, I would understand it, but I think it counts.
Yeah.
I just think to break the record, they're both on the same show, so. But maybe they just want to get it off Hogan.
No, I don't think it's about that. I think it's more about getting it on to Roman, as opposed to getting it off Hogan. And technically, one of Hogan's main events is like 1 minute long. that's WrestleMania 9. Yes, fucking cashes in his brother in the bank briefcase, hits the leg drop after the salt. What a load of bullshit that was. And then there's another one. I mean, and then technically, look, WrestleMania 18, he should have been in the main event because him and Rock got the biggest reaction, and Triple H Jericho was dead in the water after that. So anyway, we're faffing around a bit. Shall we crack into some predictions?
Yeah, some matches.
So on WrestleMania SmackDown, we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Are they billing it as SmackDown, WrestleMania SmackDown still?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
On WrestleMania SmackDown.
Most pointless Battle Royal.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley won it last year, and then he came out on night 2 and held the trophy in the air.
Remember when everyone thought Knight was going to come out and interrupt him, and then that didn't happen?
No, it didn't happen. No, it didn't.
Has anything good come of anyone winning that trophy?
Baron Corbin.
I don't even know about that, man.
No, there hasn't really been. The biggest potential, I think, was probably when Matt Hardy won it, and they never did any skits with the trophy, but that would have been fucking hilarious if they did.
Yeah, I mean, Cesaro winning the first one was a huge moment at the time, but then they fucked up the booking right after it.
Yep.
And then Mizdow should have won it in 2015. I'm so pissed that they had the Big Show win it instead. Yeah, exactly. That was dumb. That was so stupid. It's like Mania 30, like the main card of Mania 31 is really solid, but the pre-show pisses me off because of that. Because that stupid Battle Royal. Yeah. Who won it in 33? Was it Mojo Rawley?
Yep, it was.
Fucking Mojo
That was
Rawley.
funny though. That whole ending was very funny because of
with the Gronk woman. With the fucking Gronk.
Because Gronk tried to get into the ring, but the security woman actually thought he was invading, didn't realize it was, booked. It's just really funny. That's still on the network. That hasn't been cut, which is fantastic.
It's so fucking hilarious. Wasn't there a women's battle royal as well? 34?
Yeah, Naomi won that.
Yeah.
She was the Invisible Woman, which was very funny.
That's right, yeah. She won the Ovaries trophy. They had to get rid of the Fabulous Moolah one because she's
that trophy looks so terrible.
Because the Fabulous Moolah was a terrible person, so instead they did an Ovaries trophy instead. Thanks, Vince. Very subtle.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, it's not as bad as a man winning the first women's Money in the Bank. So.
Oh yeah, James Ellsworth. Fucking hell, that was so weird. Anyway, let's actually talk about what we're going to get. So yeah, I've gone as much as I don't think this is necessary. This is a predictions video. This is not what I want. So I've gone for a Moss just because he's a giant, and that's the only reason. I don't have anything else to say about this match.
I'm gonna say Ricochet just because he's been doing quite well on SmackDown recently.
That would be a great choice, actually. His match with Ivar on Raw was crazy.
Yeah, that was incredible.
When he did the fall-away slam, that was amazing.
Did you see his match with Dragon Lee from WWE Speed on X?
No, I did not see that.
What is the point of that? It's like a 3.5 minute match.
No, it's for people who can only withstand TikTok.
Got 1.4 million views, to be fair.
It's for people who can only withstand TikTok media and they can't sit down and actually pay attention to anything.
It'd be 3 minutes. I feel like they should just go with the original plan of it being 5 minutes. I feel like that's the good amount of time.
No, but Kellen, you don't understand. These Zoomers, they can't sustain anything outside of the length of a pop song. And here I am with my 20-minute alternative rock music that I listen to. Anyway, what's your choice, Callum?
I've gone for Andrade.
That's also a good choice because he's done fuck all.
I feel like he's not done anything since coming back at the Rumble, which is very fucking strange.
Yep. It's weird because he got criticized for being underbooked in AEW, but he actually did more in AEW on Collision than he has done on Raw.
On his way out, yeah. On his way out, he did quite a bit.
The feud with the House of Black was great. But that was when CM Punk was booking Collision. When it was actually a good show. Worth watching. Feuding over a mask, that was interesting. But yeah, that would be a good choice because they just haven't done anything with him. So, give him something.
Yeah. They'd give him a big win.
Yep. But how could you... Who's going to throw out Omos? He's so tall.
Well, they'll just all gang up on him like they always do.
I remember every Royal Rumble match, the Big Show comes in who's going to throw out the Big Show? And every time someone throws him out.
Everyone will gang up.
Although technically, he did win the 2000 Royal Rumble because The Rock's feet hit the floor first.
Yeah. And then he was painted as an arsehole for it.
Yeah, and he came out at WrestleMania with a t-shirt that said Big Nasty Bastard on it. Anyway, that's enough for SmackDown. Let's move on to Night 1. We have a 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed titles. Now, this is interesting. I've seen some theories going around that they're going to split the belts. They're going to do a thing where two teams win.
The rumor.
Oh, did you hear? That's what Michael Cole said. The match doesn't end until
they need to pull down
both the titles.
Tag titles.
So if someone grabs the SmackDown ones,
and
then just leaves, and someone grabs. That's what he said. He said the match won't stop until you get both the titles.
Yeah. So in terms of predictions, I know which if there's one winner, I have a choice. If there's two winners, I know what one of them will be.
Mm-hmm. So do we predict 3?
Well,
you have 3 answers, right? 1 if they're going to keep it together, 2 if they're going to split it.
I suppose that's a good point, actually. I haven't thought of that.
If you're confident
how long of the
one
Judgment
team is
Day
going to
had
win, they've had it since Fastlane.
Yeah, or something like that. They swapped it with Cody and Jey Uso, didn't they?
Which was around, it was around September time.
I thought Fastlane was always at the start of the year.
Nah, they changed it.
Fastlane was after Payback.
Fastlane
they have the chamber back.
Fastlane is in a spot in the year that makes absolutely no sense for it to be there, and it should just be called something else.
Yeah,
because it was always the Fastlane to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
it started in 2015.
Well, the only reason it exists is because in 2015 the building couldn't hold the chamber.
No. And then they brought the chamber like midsummer as a network exclusive.
That's right.
I remember.
That's right.
And that had the Intercontinental title match.
Yeah, which is like the worst chamber match of all time.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow, like, I thought December's member was never going to be topped, and then we got that one.
That's so awful. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Fucking Ziggler fucking trying to coordinate everyone to say, Mark, stay there!
Yeah, Mark Henry just standing there with a deer in the headlights. It was
on fucking
and then guess who wins? Fucking Ryback won the match.
Oh, that's right. Oh god.
There was a time when Ryback was like super over.
You know, this is not like a great thing to say, but like Ryback is like, he's one of those guys where, as a wrestler, it's like when you got like one of those exes that you regret dating, and you just look back at Ryback and you're like, why did I ever like this guy?
Why did anybody like this guy? Because they just booked him as like monster wrestler. And
he was shit PG Goldberg without the cool stuff.
Got everyone injured. Got fucking injured.
I mean, both of them did, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, Goldberg got Brett. Goldberg got Brett injured, and then Ryback got Brett's biggest fan injured.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, I mean, okay. So my prediction, if there's one winner, is the Awesome Truth. But
I've gone, yeah.
But if there's a SmackDown winner, that throws things into a bit of a tailspin. I'm not sure.
I've straight up gone for Awesome Truth and DIY to win, to separate the belts.
That's what I was going to go for if I would pick two.
That's
I guess
my only choice.
Okay, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. You have to choose a number one, which will be the winner of. If there's one winner, and if there's two winners, that is also one of the winners. And then your number two cannot count for the single winner. It can only count if there's two. I think that's how we should do it.
If I think they're not separating it, I think I'm going to go for Judgment Day.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
if they separate it, I think they lose the belts. If they don't separate it, they're going to keep it.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll do three options then. So I'm going to go for, if there's one winner, Awesome Truth. If there's two winners, Awesome Truth and DIY. You're going to go with Judgment Day if there's one. And Awesome Truth and DIY if there's two.
Yep.
All right, I'll go. Where are the New Catch Republic? They're on SmackDown.
Yeah. Just remember,
Okay, so
I will just point out, there's at some point after WrestleMania, I can't remember how long it takes, but there is a draft. There should be. There usually is.
There'll probably be a draft in the next month or so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So just bear that in mind, that the SmackDown Tag Champions could be on Raw for a month.
And if they separate them, I think they will get all redesigned as well.
And they could potentially do like the WWE and the World Tag Team Championships so that there's no confusion.
Honestly, that is probably what's going to happen, because everything else has been redesigned.
And give them good designs. Give them fucking good designs. Jesus Christ.
Make them look like actual tag belts. And not pennies.
Well, I mean, if they actually looked like, you know, in the 90s when you had the WWF and the WCW tag belts, they actually looked like championships, not like fucking copper pennies with soldiers on them. Anyway.
All right, so I'll give it to Awesome Truth and New Catch Republic if they separate it. If they keep them, Awesome Truth.
All right.
Yeah, I think they're going to split them.
Yeah. New Catch Republic would be great champions. They're lovely.
Yeah, Pete Dunne and Tyler are awesome.
Yeah, that match at Elimination Chamber was brilliant.
So good. Really good.
Was almost a show stealer, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it got the length that it does because Brock Lesnar likes to watch people piss, apparently. Ugh. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, moving on. What was that? The next match we're going to talk about is a 6-woman match. It is Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control of Asuka,
Damage Control,
Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai.
Not for the... Asuka and Sane are the tag champs, aren't they?
They are, yes, but they're not on the line.
Not defending the
and they're not on the line.
Which means that Dakota's probably going to get pinned if they lose.
They will. There's no way they're not losing.
Because she always gets pinned because she's the Ziggler of the women's division. She is the Dolph Ziggler of the women's division, though. She sells a lot and loses a lot.
Dakota Kai is so good.
She is, yes, and she's from New Zealand, and that makes her even better. It's weird, like, I go on her social media and there's pictures of places I go to all the time.
Her grandfather was an All Black. I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah, he was, but like it was a long time ago.
I just heard them say it on Raw or SmackDown, whatever it was.
This was, I think it was from like the pre-TV time. Like before rugby was on TV. I have got Bianca, Jade, and Naomi to win. I think it's...
Yeah.
It's Jade's first match apart from the Royal Rumble in WWE. Bianca Belair is heavily protected. Naomi has recently come back. It just makes sense to me.
Yeah, I've also gone for Team Cargill.
Yep, same. There's no way she's losing.
I think
She'll get the winning pin.
Someone say, like, on the betting odds, this one is like 99-1 or something stupid like that. It's like really obvious. Also, Asuka has an injury as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And yes, I know wrestling's fake. They could have her still win, but that's not what I mean. It's a superstitious
She won't be
thing.
in the match as much as the others.
Yeah, and that could play into the psychology. But yeah, I think it makes sense to have Jade Cargill shine in her WrestleMania debut because they're putting a lot of stock into her, as they should. She's a big star.
Oh yeah, she'll get the winning pin off like a massive powerbomb.
What was that really sexual pin she does, and all of Twitter goes crazy for it.
Like Rhea Ripley does.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley does
that blew up the internet.
She's not done that in a while, but
to be fair,
she doesn't have much matches.
Well, to be fair, on the house shows, she's been giving people stink faces, and everyone's like, "Do it to me, do it to me, mummy, do it to me."
That blew up on Twitter. Who hopped into the ring? Shayna Baszler hopped in, and she's like, "Me."
Yeah, because Shayna Baszler's bisexual, so she actually wants that to happen.
That was the only thing I was seeing on X. It was just.
Yeah, well, you know what they like? These people who are always online and always watching wrestling with one hand. Anyway. Yeah, I think the thing I'm most looking forward to with this match is probably the entrances, especially Jade's. Jade's WrestleMania entrance should be interesting. Because she's always been about presentation. Even in AEW, it was all about presentation. I remember it was the Rampage the First Dance when CM Punk first came back to wrestling. Jade Cargill had a squash match on that show, and that was the first time either of us had seen her. And we're just like, holy shit, that is a tall, muscular woman.
Yeah, she's impressive.
Yeah. I even think it was like the match after the promo as well. It was that close to it. So we have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom. I, for me, have gone for the heel team. I've gone for Santos and Dom. I think Carlito's going to turn on the LWO. I just have this feeling the babyface thing hasn't worked. He needs to bring back his old song. He needs to bring back his old character. It just makes sense to me. Also, Ray.
The biggest thing he's done is accuse Santos Escobar, and that's gone viral.
Yes, Santos Escobar. Yeah, his new theme song is crap. He needs to bring back his old one. Yeah. The Jim Johnston theme is perfect. And Ray beat Dom last year, so I think Dom needs to win this year.
Dom needs a big victory at Mania. I feel like you need to eventually start putting wins on big under his belt.
Yeah, either having Santos or Dom pin Ray here would work for me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you might think the obvious answer is to have Dragon Lee get pinned, but in this instance, I think the right thing for the story is to have Ray turned on and be the one that's defeated. But that's just my take on it.
It makes sense to me for Dom to be the one to pin Ray.
Yeah. So yeah, I've gone for Santos and Dom. What have you gone for, Regan?
Give it to the guy that got absolutely destroyed at Perth. God, the fans hate him.
We're talking about Dom Mysterio?
I'm saying Dom Mysterio, yep.
Yeah.
That was great in Perth. Had to black the screen out.
So you think he deserves the win because he's been so shit?
Oh, I think he's great. He's so
he's so good. I mean, he's
been the new guy.
He's been a character in WWE for like 20 years. He's been there for like ever since Ray came to WWE when he was a kid. You know.
Yeah. These last like 2 years have been an incredible run.
Ever since Clash at the Castle, that's when he became Ray.
Yeah.
When he turned on Ray and Edge, that was a great moment.
Right. Year and a half ago now, pretty much.
Yep, you watched that in a bar, didn't you, Alan?
I did, yeah, I did. I was at a watch party, and that was generally one of the moments of the year. Because everyone in the room was trying for him to like turn on them, and then once Dom kicked Edge in the dick, everyone fucking went crazy.
Yeah,
because I didn't actually think it was going to happen, but we everyone just tried.
After Roman pinned Drew McIntyre, like the entire pub had to go to mental health therapy for just the pure.
Well, I've said this to you many times, Connor. I legitimately thought Drew won. I then jumped, turned around, and then accidentally trod on someone's foot. I've said that. I don't know who I did it to because I was too fucking focused on the fact that Drew actually didn't win and Solo just interrupted the match.
Well, I had the reverse when we watched WrestleMania 30, and you were here for this, Regan. I thought The Undertaker kicked out, and he didn't when the streak ended.
That was nuts when that
That's
happened.
Actually sad. I feel bad for you, Callum, because you got into wrestling after the streak was broken, so you never...
I only just got into wrestling like 6 months later.
Yeah.
Watching that live was crazy.
We watched...
I didn't see Punk leave, and I missed the streak ending by about
when the streak was still alive... That was something. Like, watching matches when the streak was still a thing, and having the streak end was like a biggest... The entire... Like, we had a room of about 10 people, and we all went completely dead silent.
Even your dad.
Even my dad was just like, hold on a second, what was that?
One of the funny stories I've heard from, like, a wrestling fan is Luke Owen from Wrestle Talk, and he said his... at the time partner, now wife, said like, "Oh, obviously Brock is gonna win," and then Luke and his mate were like, "Oh, you silly person! Oh, I've cooked this. How innocent of you!" And then Brock won. She was smarter than us all.
Yeah, because
that's one of my funniest stories coming out of that.
She just said, "Oh, look how big he is, and look how old he is." It just makes sense.
Yep,
the big strong guy is gonna beat the old man.
No way.
No, but the Undertaker has superpowers, girl. You don't understand. He's mystical. All right, so Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. This one was one where I had a tough time. I could see this going either way. I have gone for Jey Uso because I think it's the safe pick, but I've made it my Androzani pick because it's the one I'm the least certain on this card. I'm really uncertain about this one. Yeah.
See, I've gone more strategical with my Androzani, and you'll find that much later.
Oh yeah, I know you usually get a bit more ballsy with your picks than I do.
With my Genesis and my Androzani,
yeah. Was it you used all your points to try and suggest that Sting was going to lose and he didn't, and you still somehow won only because of Okada. Anyway, yeah, I've gone for my... this is the Androzani pick because there's a part of me that thinks they could pull the rug and have Jimmy Uso win. I think a few months ago I was pretty certain on it being Jay to win, but then I heard someone recently give a really good argument for why Jimmy winning could make sense. But yeah, I've chosen Jey Uso.
I have also gone for Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it probably makes the most sense to me because this feud is. The turn was bad. The follow-up wasn't good in the fact that they didn't do any follow-up until Survivor Series, bit of the Rumble. Like, the best part of this feud for me since SummerSlam was the start of the Royal Rumble, when they were number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, for sure. But they've been on different brands, haven't they?
Exactly, but that's the thing. You've done nearly 6-7 months of this feud.
I just feel like the way they've done this story is all just so wrong.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a disaster.
The Jimmy Uso heel turn at SummerSlam was just so weird.
And then they tried to their promo together was so strange because of Jimmy's reasoning. It just didn't line up.
Yeah, this is probably one of the matches in the card where I feel like the build-up has been a bit shit. It's just like, it's weird. Do we think Rikishi's gonna come out?
No.
No?
I don't think Rikishi will be involved.
Do you think maybe that's because Rikishi's not serious enough for this feud?
No, it would feel too out of nowhere. Unless he's on SmackDown and does something with them. I don't... It's not been a part of the story. So it doesn't... Okay. It would get a big reaction and everyone would be happy about it. But for me personally, I wouldn't feel like it's not been like sort of talked about ever. It's really just about Jimmy and Jay.
To be fair, the extent of it would probably be they'll show a match graphic at the Hall of Fame, they'll cut to Rikishi in the crowd, and that'll be it.
True, like that is a possibility. Yeah. I feel like Jay winning is probably it's the smartest thing because I think Jay is like still extremely over with the crowd and the audience and sells t-shirts very well. You might as well give him a big win at Mania. It would be a feel-good moment, even just outside of the feud and sort of the booking of it all. It would be like a massive moment for Jay, who's I think done some really good work over the past year or so. It's not without its faults.
Well, I think the problem is that this feud would be a lot better if both characters felt even, but Jimmy Uso has just been so weak.
He's been funny, but the character is not there. Like, I enjoy the performance of the wrestler more than
of course. He's
what they're actually doing is any good.
He's a very talented guy. I'm talking about the booking though. The booking is just
the booking is
tragic.
I don't know whose booking's been worse, Jimmy or Solo's.
Oh, I think Solo is Solo's different. It's kind of like Solo's a bit more like volatile. He has his moments, but then he also has his not moments.
They've been giving him some mic time recently, which has been pretty okay. Yeah, because he's a good promo.
Let's not forget he squashed John Cena at Crown Jewel. That was a pretty big moment for him.
And he's lost since.
Yep, and they didn't follow up on that at all.
No, I mean it's kind of like now that The Rock is involved, what is Solo gonna do? He feels like such a spare part. It's a good question. Does Solo Sikoa get involved in this match?
That's more possible, I think, than Rikishi.
Because it's his brother, you know?
But they might save him for the main event of night one.
That's true. He could just be in all of them.
Yeah. It is WrestleMania extra
he could
large,
be literally he doesn't have a match. He could literally just be WrestleMania's Parasite. Like he just comes in and ruins everything. Anyway, next we have a match that I'm really, really looking forward to. Which is for the Intercontinental Championship. It's Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
This match will be very good.
Yeah, no, originally it was going to be Gunther versus Brock, which was a dream match. It's unfortunate what's happened, but as a replacement, I think this will still be great in itself.
Would you prefer Sammy or Chad Gable for this match? Because that's obviously the talking point.
See, because I think what they've done here is they've made it. If you've seen the video packages, they're making Chad Gable be Sammy's coach.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had Chad Gable, he would have to win. But I don't think they want that.
I think he should have won that gauntlet match.
Yeah, I agree. But if Chad Gable was facing Gunther at this WrestleMania, I would want Chad Gable to win the title.
Mm-hmm.
And I just guess that they don't want to do that right now.
They don't want to take the belt off Gunther.
No.
Yeah, I don't think Sammy's going to win.
No, which is why I predicted Gunther to win.
I've also gone for Gunther.
Gunther.
Yep.
Connor, have you seen the New Legacy simulation of WrestleMania?
No, I have not.
You need to watch the Gunther Sami Zayn match. Not only was the simulated match like actually really good, the finish is one of the funniest things ever. It's honestly fucking incredible. After this, you need to watch that. It's actually not long. I think it's about 15 minutes. But honestly, you will fucking die laughing.
Is it better than that Fire Pro Wrestling Rumble where Hornswoggle nearly won?
It's honestly, it's not. It's one of. It's weirdly, the chances of this happening was so. Honestly, the finish was. I can't stop thinking about it. It's honestly, I don't want to spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
You need to watch it.
I'll watch it after this.
It's so good. It's fucking hilarious.
I'll watch it after this. But yes, Gunther versus Sami Zayn should be a slapper.
Yes, this honestly, this will probably be match of night one for me. I think
it's possible.
This or another time match.
Yes, which I'm about to talk about. For the World Women's Championship, we have Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. They've done some pretty.
This feud is so like. I feel like the build-up has actually been really good, but because online people are online people, it's been very unfair, especially after Chamber.
Yeah,
the reaction to Becky getting this position has been very cringe.
Well, it's interesting because Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch is like a female Austin versus Rock, in my eyes.
It is. This is the biggest match they can put on right now.
But because the internet, Twitter goons are such ungrateful shits, they don't see what they have.
Because Tiffany Stratton didn't win the Chamber.
She's freaking brand new. Have some patience, Jesus Christ. She'll probably have a title match next year.
Yeah, she probably will.
Honestly,
she'll probably get a title match in the next
she'll win the
months.
briefcase.
And
that'd be a great choice.
Yeah, she'd be a good choice. Because she's one of those
characters. She can make the briefcase like she can barbify the briefcase, which would be very fun.
Yes. Yeah, I'd also like.
Where was Damien on Monday night when Seth was fucked up in the ring?
Not cashing in.
It was Damien with his briefcase.
I mean, I think he was having an argument with Dom about the fact that Legado del Fantasma is crashing their crib.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunately having to do with Damien Priest right now is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, because I like Damien Priest.
They're not booking because I know you saw the tweet, Connor, of people comparing the Seth briefcase run with Priest. Whenever, keeping in mind the fact that for most of that, Brock was champion, who didn't show up half the time because that was the character at the time. Whenever Seth did try to cash in, he got fucking beat up.
Seth Rollins had a title match at Royal Rumble that had nothing to do with the briefcase.
Yeah, it did. Which was one of the best triple threat matches they've ever done.
A great Rumble match.
Yeah. I mean, WWE will probably tell you it's their best triple threat match because they don't want you to remember that Chris Benoit exists.
WrestleMania 20.
Well, now they don't want to know that Brock exists.
Exactly, so they need a new one. I guess last year we got Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew, which was a great triple threat match.
That match was awesome.
Yeah, although I haven't released it on this channel yet. There's another triple threat match that we have watched from TNA that will be releasing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That indeed was very awesome.
AJ versus Joe versus Daniels. That was fucking crazy.
Awesome. That was very good.
Anyway, let's talk about WrestleMania XL. We have Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I think despite the online people being ungrateful, I think this should be great. Marquee match, 2 big stars. This is for the last year. They've been filling out Rhea Ripley's schedule with mid-card women's wrestlers just to get to this match, because this is really what we've been waiting for. And I'm sure it'll be awesome. And I don't think they need to take the belt off her yet. I'm going to have Rhea Ripley win this. That's my prediction.
I've also got Rhea winning.
I think the draft should be able to give Rhea Ripley some new opponents as well. I think you'll get some women. I think she should
probably lose it by SummerSlam.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that'd be a good time around to drop the belt. But I think her getting a big win over Becky at Mania.
Yeah.
Because with Rhea, she's very much going to be the top woman of the division for the next 3 years. She had obviously a big win last year, but against Charlotte. But this would be another one just to put on top of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, have you got Rhea Ripley as well?
If you asked me 3 months ago, I probably would have said for her to drop. Yeah, if you asked me 3 months ago, I probably would have said probably drop the belt. Now I'm sort of it's sort of slowly getting back to a consistent level that it was sort of missing for a couple of months because she just didn't have matches and feuds. I'd say keep the belt on her for at least a little while longer.
Yeah, and I think as I said, the draft will probably give her some new people to face.
Yeah, she's been on Raw for over 2 years now, so...
Question though, Callum, I've got an interesting thought on this. The person she loses to, should it be someone who's currently on SmackDown, or should it be someone who's called up from NXT?
It's tough. There's obviously potential with people like Tiffany, Cargill, who could beat her by the summer. That would be good choices.
Oh, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill would be a massive match.
Yeah, that's a match I probably would actually want to see at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
to be honest,
that's
by that time it'll be 4 months from now. Jade hopefully will get a feud or 2 under a belt, and obviously get big wins. And then by SummerSlam, she would naturally earn a title shot. And I think Rhea versus Jade would actually be the biggest match you could do if you build Jade up properly by the summer.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the direction they should go in. If someone from NXT, there's no one, at least from my knowledge, that I feel obviously you've got people like Roxanne Perez, who are doing, Cora Jade, who's obviously injured at the moment. I don't know how long her injury is.
Yeah, there's some good women's wrestlers on there, but I'm not sure if they're ready to dethrone Rhea Ripley. Yeah,
Rhea. Yeah, because that's why Jade, I think, is the best choice at the moment.
Rhea Ripley's a different level of star compared to those NXT women.
Yeah,
the one name they did have was Tiffany, but now she's been called up. Yeah. Anyway, should be Rhea versus Becky. Should be a slapper.
Should be really good. Should be a really heated match.
Because Becky Lynch on WrestleMania does a lot more than what she usually does. Her match with Bianca from 38 is a generational match. That was unbelievable.
Yeah. What match? Because we're going to be talking about the main event in a second. What match do you think is actually going to open and would actually be suited to opening the show?
That's a very good question.
Opening WrestleMania XL, I would say
ladder match.
Ladder match.
Maybe? Ladder match would be good.
That's always good.
Yeah, ladder match probably was the one that makes the most sense. And then it's where you position, really, for me.
Okay, so what I know about Triple H, is he puts blood feuds at the end of the show, so Jay versus Jimmy won't open it. It's mostly what he does is he goes
it actually might even be the match before the main event.
Possibly.
That actually could be a very possible.
I'm not sure if it. Oh, I don't know if it goes right before the main event because Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch is such a huge match.
That could be the match before it. Last 3 matches being Ripley, Usos match, and then Bloodline. The last 3 would actually be pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably the ladder match. I think that's
I
think it's just the right choice.
It's either that or
I imagine they will space out the women's matches, so they'll probably
remember
have
what the opening match of last year's Mania was?
Oh, Cena versus Theory, and it was fucking awful. And look at Austin Theory now. How is he doing after beating John Cena? How's he doing? How's his
match?
Oh, he's in the ladder match. Yeah, great, cool.
Remember the rumors that they were going to be taken out of it?
Remember when Vince McMahon was still in charge? People were saying that he was going to replace Roman Reigns as the next face of the company. What a load of bullshit.
It sucks because Austin does have a good moveset. He's not terrible.
He's a talented guy. He is a talented guy, but his booking is so awful.
It's so bad.
The Money in the Bank stuff was unforgivable.
It killed him.
Yeah.
And then that Cena feud killed him even more.
Yeah, because Cena buried him like a fucking idiot.
Buried him, but then he lost to him. But then they didn't follow up on anything.
Yeah, it was like the least effective clean loss because Cena lost, but it was in a really shit match, and Austin Theory got nothing out of beating him. It was sad because it made both guys look worse, which is not what you want.
I mean, them look like Garbo.
But the difference is that John Cena can survive that because he's bulletproof at this point, whereas Austin Theory needs to prove himself and hasn't. Anyway, the main event of night 1 is The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Oh boy, what a build-up for this match.
Yeah, they've been doing some really good fucking stuff.
I think that the
Rock is around.
Obviously when The Rock steps in the ring, bell to bell, that's going to be a whole other question. We don't know. But in terms
I think the last 3 weeks especially, because I think early on, the overblown Rock promos were sort of like, they were good, but there was a lot of time spent on it with stuff that you could probably have cut down with that. But I think the last 3 weeks, since Rock has been more physical, has been honestly some fucking excellent stuff.
I mean, the moment where it blew into overdrive is when he just turned up
that
on
Raw where he turned up unannounced was because I remember watching that promo live, and then Rock's music again. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I was taken aback by it.
That Raw in Chicago felt like something out of the Attitude Era. That whole show was
really
just...
Yeah, it did.
That was crazy.
And the shot of... The camera work lately as well in the company has been so fucking good. The shot of it all going dark, face towards the Titantron, and the lightning strikes lighting up, but you see Rock every so often when the lightning goes and he's walking towards the ring. That is honestly some excellent direction.
Yeah.
Like,
as a graphic of him says the final boss transitions to the Hollywood theme. It's perfect.
So I cannot wait to hear that on Saturday.
But man, that whole angle, that whole angle where he bloodies Cody outside, dark in the rain, it's cinematic. It's so good.
And he Rock, to be fair, going into business for himself in that he fucking swears a lot.
He does. He really does.
It's
and
so
those Instagram promos are so funny.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Cry to your mama? Shut the fuck up.
He says boy every 5 seconds.
Yeah, but no, I think The Rock has really, his heel turn has been a really big success. So, this match should be a spectacle, I think. I expect it to be a lot of fun. Have a lot of, big characters, big personalities, a lot of shit talking. I think what they're gonna do, this is just my prediction, I think they want to do like an Avengers Endgame thing on night 2. And so because of that, I think on night 1 they're gonna have the Bloodline win. And stack the odds against Cody as much as possible so that when he wins, it's the most satisfying. I think The Rock gets the pinfall on night 1 as well. Yeah. I predict the Bloodline to win this match.
Yeah, not only have I also gone for the Bloodline to win this match, this is my Genesis pick, because I'm so confident.
That'll be
this is main.
That'll be a 4-pointer for you if it's right. That's a big choice.
Rock hitting Rollins is what I predict. I think. That was makes sense to me.
Okay.
Imagine if he pins Cody. That would actually be wild.
Yeah, well, I mean, are you gonna have, assuming what you picked on night 2, you're gonna have Seth pin twice in one show? I don't know, man. Anyway, Regan, your choice.
Yes, this is also my Genesis pick for the Bloodline to win.
Big stakes.
Big meaty.
How are we feeling about this match? Like, assuming that The Rock can go in the ring, do we reckon this is going to be great?
If he can go,
there might be a lot of. There might, unironically, no pun intended, be a lot of smoke and mirrors.
That's very true. Yeah, I imagine this will be a sports entertainment match, and that's fine.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's what it's kind of been billed as. The feud has really been built.
And to be honest, even without The Rock, the Roman Reigns matches are like that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. This will be half an hour. This match will be half an hour.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, I mean, look at this. Think about this, right? People say The Rock's too old, but it's a tag team match. And you look at Sting's AEW run as a 60-year-old, 60+, and he did great. So
right shit.
And The Rock is in much better shape than Sting is, so, you know, I have faith. And also, I've noticed he's been slimming down recently. He's been getting into ring shape, so he doesn't get too blown up.
Saying, yeah.
I mean, I think he was traumatized after what happened to him in 2013 when he tore his abdomen at WrestleMania, and it ruined that main event. I mean, that main event, booking wise, twice in a lifetime was a stupid idea anyway. They should have just had a triple threat with CM Punk. But having him tear his abdomen and turn into basically just a finisher fest was just killed the match. So yeah, I imagine this time he doesn't want to get hurt. But I think this main event will be a lot of fun, and I think the crowd's going to be white hot for it. I think Philadelphia is going to blow the roof off on this match.
Die, Rocky, die.
Yep.
I see all the things saying Seth Rollins is to come out dressed up as Rocky Maivia.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That would be great.
Well, what if... Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like how Royal Rumble 2022, Rollins faced Roman and he came out as the Shield. He came out with the Shield entrance just to piss him off. That was brilliant.
Oh yeah, awesome. That was.
That's actually like, that dynamic was one of my favorite like heel versus heel dynamics I've seen, because both characters were heel at the time, but
because there's so much story behind it.
Yeah, because there's so much character, and they could piss each other off in different ways. Anyway, that's night 1. Now we've got night 2, a whole nother show.
Yay.
Right, let's talk about the Pride versus the Final Testament in a street fight. Most of the build of this, in terms of what's really good about it, has been actually online. It hasn't been on TV. I assume probably because The Rock has decided to take up all the TV time for the promos. But I genuinely think that Karrion Kross has been doing a really good job of trying to build up this feud on the digital stuff. He's been telling a lot of stories about all the characters involved. This feud is a bit cursed. This whole thing is a bit weird, but something good could come out of it.
Who's the old white guy in that group?
Paul Ellering.
Is he a wrestler or...
He used to be a manager for the Road Warriors.
Oh, okay.
He technically did have matches. I think he was in a War Games match once. But no, he's more known as a manager. He was the manager for Authors of Pain and NXT as well. And then when they initially came to the main roster, Vince didn't want him on because apparently old people on TV is bad. Which is weird because...
Paul Heyman's like old.
Yeah, but Paul Heyman can get away with it because he's Paul Heyman.
He's an advocate.
Stupid.
Yeah. And it was annoying because Paul Ellering adds a lot of aura to the Authors of Pain. But anyway, yeah, on TV, this feud has been very whatever, but online, there's been a lot of Karrion Kross trying to sow dissension in the Pride, trying to make Angelo feel jealous about Montez being a future star, make Bobby feel like his boys don't have his back. That stuff to me has been interesting. In terms of my prediction, I'm kind of going with my heart instead of my head. I've chosen the Final Testament, not because I think there's a good chance they'll win. It's only because I want Karrion Kross to win something, because he loses way too much, and he's too good to be losing this much. I think if somehow they tell a story where he's able to dismantle the Pride and use that to his advantage, I think that could be good. But really, this match could go either way. Yeah, that's my choice.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about those groups, so I'll pick Bobby Lashley.
Probably because they haven't been on bloody TV that much. That's probably why.
I'll just go Bobby because I know who he is.
Fair enough, you go for the Pride.
That's about it.
Your choice, Callum?
I've also gone for the Pride as the Unknown, apparently, which is the first I've actually learned that's their name.
Yep. Well, they can't call them...
It would be...
I mean, it would be a bit too far to call them the Black Pride, wouldn't it? They can't say that.
That's right. Yeah. I think them winning makes the most sense to me. Hopefully it'll be a fun brawl.
If the Pride win, I want it to be something that makes the Street Profits look good.
Yeah.
Because I really like the Street Profits.
They had that awesome WrestleMania tag showcase.
They did. That match was
awesome.
Fucking great.
It's really good.
Yeah. I'm only saying Final Testament because I was a big fan of Karrion Kross in NXT, and I've always been battling, trying to convince people that he could be good if they just did good things with him, but for some reason on the main roster he's just been cursed. I mean, the worst of it was when Vince was in charge and he put him in that stupid mask. It was fucking weird. But yeah. This is definitely, I think, the match on the show that has had the least hype behind it.
Oh boy, has it, yeah.
Yeah, sadly. Anyway, moving on. We have Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens for the US title. SummerSlam is in Cleveland this year, so I'm going to choose Logan Paul to win.
Yep. Yeah, I've also got the same. Logan Paul will win. Probably pinning Owens, maybe.
Yeah. Has Logan Paul won a WrestleMania match yet?
No, he
won the time match.
Did he?
He won the time match against the Mysterios.
Was that 38? 38? Okay.
Oh yeah, 38.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'll give it to Logan because of.
And he did get. It wasn't in the match, but he did get stunned by Owens at 37.
That's true. Well, that feud has been going on for ages, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've always circled back to each other weirdly.
Yeah, and they are here in this match.
Yeah.
I honestly wished it had been Logan Paul versus LA Knight instead.
Yeah, same.
And if they had done, Randy Orton versus Matt Riddle, if he was still there, that could have been cool. And then, I don't know, just do Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles, even though they don't have any chemistry. Just do it. Yeah, but Logan Paul should win this. Just makes sense to me.
Makes the most sense. Makes the most sense.
Yep. Speaking of
I think
what I
he's
just
been
mentioned,
doing some work as well. So.
Speaking of what I just mentioned before,
we'll get to see a big bottle of Prime in the middle of the ring.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot about that product placement.
Yeah.
Oh dear,
that's pissed off so many people.
Cody's gonna finish the story on a Prime bottle.
Like he said, if it wasn't him, it would have been somebody else.
Yeah, it's true.
If it wasn't Prime, it would have been some other sponsor.
Jimmy John's sandwiches. Oh, we know we can't have that, can we?
Prime is good because it gives him more heat. So,
I suppose.
It would have been someone.
But I think in this case it might be the wrong kind of heat, because product placement is an absolute pain in the ass. I mean, when it's not used correctly. Like, sports sponsors on the banners is good, but when it's really interrupting the show, that's when it gets annoying.
Yeah, but
so
I think
we have big blood feud. The funniest moment from Elimination Chamber was when AJ Styles came out. He flew all the way to Perth just to give
all the way to Australia just
Flat
to ruin.
Earther traveled halfway across the world.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I'm not a flat earther. I just think NASA has some something up with it.
I just think there's a conversation to be had.
I don't think you can handle being challenged.
He hopped in a plane and flew to the other side of the world. Yeah, it's flat.
He's one of the funniest people, like, unironically.
The gay community.
There was a clip of like him and Tyler Breeze recently where he had glasses and he's like, it makes my eyes look big. Yeah, I'm gonna just take those off. It was really funny.
Yeah, but I think it's
because that was probably on Up, Up, Down, Down, I imagine.
Because he's a southerner, it makes him sound like a boomer.
Oh, he's like very southern.
It's weird. It's weird because, like, I mean, in TNA, he was like the new young future guy, but his personality is so old school. Like, it's such a weird contrast. But especially since he's come to WWE and he's like, you know, he's in his 40s now. He's an old man. But I still play Xbox on the plane. Remember, you met AJ Styles, didn't you, Regan? When he came to Auckland.
Yep. Had him sign my John Cena shirt.
When he was feuding with John Cena. When he was in a match with him that night.
That night, yep, that was
anyway,
great.
Speaking
of having to listen to his song for like half an hour before he got out.
Well, I think apparently it's been teased that he has a new hit.
Awful.
It's been teased that he has a new song coming.
Sorry to reference it again.
To a song on repeat.
Sorry to reference it again, but one of the funniest things also from that Simulations video was the theme that they chose for Styles coming out, and it was Born and Raised in the USA.
Oh.
Bloody Bruce Springsteen.
Born and raised in the USA. Honestly, that simulation stream was so good.
The face that runs the place.
Remember, Connor, when Cody was out injured, for every simulation stream they did, they had Cody in a random match every time before he came back at the Rumble, and he was like, and they were like, "Man, I wish Cody would just go away."
Anyway, we have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. This feud has been very, it's been very, it's been very.
It actually has been quite heated as well. It's just not as like on the same level as like.
Well, there hasn't been swearing in blood, yes, but the presentation has still been very Attitude Era-esque to me.
It's honestly been. I feel like this feud just hasn't been given like the credit it kind of deserves because Knight, I still think Knight should have faced Paul for the title, but as you know, Styles is a big wrestler.
He's a legacy star. I think it's interesting. You know, you remember when he first came into WWE and he faced Jericho at Mania? I feel like Styles is now in the Jericho position.
He is, but because you know this company should be a lot smarter, they need to have the person who needs to go over.
Yes, they don't have. When Jericho won against Styles, it was so weird.
Styles wins, it would be
dude. WrestleMania 32 is so fucking bad. I hate that show.
The fact that I went from my first Mania being 31, which is like an insanely good show.
Yeah, it's like one of the best ones, which is
one of the worst.
Yeah. Whiplash.
The best thing on that show, unironically, was when Zack Ryder won the ladder match in the opening.
That's right. Because the women's match was really good, but then the wrong person won.
Yeah.
And then everything else sucked. All of it. Everything about that show was fucking awful. Yeah, and not just the matches, but the fact that the WWE forced Sting to retire when he didn't want to is just disgraceful.
Yeah.
Hate that show. and it ended with Roman Reigns versus Triple H, and no one gave two shits about it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Jesus Christ. Anyway, this feud with LA Knight and AJ Styles has been very Attitude-esque. They've had, like, you know, setting fights and all
Home
that.
invasion. Disguises.
It's been fucking hilarious. Like how much these guys hate each other. One of my favorite little details, I think I mentioned this at one of the PLEs that I've done with LA Knight, is that they are embracing that he is like that Attitude Era charismatic star, and he has a logo on his trunks that is the Scratch logo. The Scratch WWF logo, but it's his name.
Yeah, had that at the Rumble, yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Is he kept that? Rumble.
I haven't been paying attention to his ass, so I don't know.
No, I think that was just probably for the Rumble, which was still
maybe
cool.
Yeah, because it was the Royal Rumble logo. He could bring it back again.
Yeah,
he could do like a WrestleMania logo. But I think LA Knight needs to win this. AJ Styles is great. He's had his run though. You know, he got to main event WrestleMania in the Undertaker's last match. He's had his run. LA Knight, despite being 41 years old, still has world title material in his future at some point, whereas I think AJ can take a loss. So I think LA Knight's going to win this. And make up for the fact that he didn't have a fucking match last year for some reason.
He obviously isn't over as he was now, but still, he was on the
one
rise.
of the top 10 most over guys in the company, and he wasn't on the show.
Now he's top 5. So
yeah. So I'll get LA Knight to win this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Callum?
Yep, I've also got LA Knight. It makes the most sense. Big win at Mania, at WrestleMania 40. Yeah, it makes the most sense.
Yep.
I think this match will actually surprise a few people as well.
Yeah, well, I think this will give LA Knight a chance to prove himself against AJ Styles, who's a legendary in-ring performer. Yeah. Your prediction, Regan?
Yeah, we'll give it to LA Knight.
Mm-hmm. Give him some more Slim Jim commercials. Yep. It'd be great to finally see him in a stadium having a WrestleMania entrance.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the crowd's gonna go fucking wild for that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. People say that he's washed. I don't agree with that.
No,
I think that's it's like just because he lost some world title matches doesn't mean he's washed. He's still got plenty of time.
He's still cutting great promos and still being very
He really is. I mean, dude, like, how can you say on the Bray Wyatt tribute show, that promo he did on that show was unbelievable.
So good.
That was like, it was like dead, because people say
within character, but you know, still being very heartfelt.
But I think a lot of people brush him off as just being fun, and he isn't just fun. He can cut a serious promo. He did one on that.
Oh, yeah,
he also did one on the Miz as well, which is really good. When the time calls for it, he can really ramp it up. Another feud that's been really underappreciated, like the LA Knight AJ Styles feud, is Io Sky versus Bayley.
Probably should have been
had no love.
Unfortunately,
yeah, but you know, The Rock exists, so they can't be the main event of night one.
It is a shame because they've honestly been doing some really good stuff the last month or so.
Damage Control is a product of the Triple H era. They debuted at SummerSlam 2022, which is when he took over.
First like major thing he did was bring back Io Sky and Dakota Kai and made Damage Control. That was literally the first match.
Yeah, Bayley was back from injury. Yeah, and it's all come to a head here. I think that this whole feud has been really well done on SmackDown. I think there's a little bit of mistiming, like the turn was a bit too soon, and they could have used a bit more time to build it. But the whole thing they've done with Dakota turning on Bayley, betraying her, and yeah, it's been great. And obviously, like we said, the women's Royal Rumble match was top class. I loved that match. It was awesome. And Bayley winning it was a great choice. Some of the marketing pissed me off, the fact that she wasn't at the press conference and not on any of the posters. And it was nice to see CM Punk sticking up for her. I would like, because I know that Punk is on commentary for Seth versus Drew. I would like if Punk was on commentary for this match as well. I think that would be nice. Even if he isn't, it's fine. But I think it could be nice. I have got Bayley to win this match. Io has been champion since SummerSlam. She's had a really good run, but I think Bayley winning and fully embracing babyface again after many years of being she's been heel for 4 or 5 years. It was like since 2019. She's had a long heel run. I think it's time for her to fully become babyface again and come full circle. I've got Bayley to win this.
Yeah, I have also gone for Bayley. I think it makes the most sense for her to win this after the feud that's taken place. It feels like, I think she will bring back for this Mania the old school Bayley entrance.
Getting the old theme and everything.
Yeah.
Bring back the bloody wavy whackable.
Yeah, exactly. It feels very suited to the fact that.
You know what's funny? The other night I've been watching Better Call Saul. I'm on season 2, and there's an episode where he sees one of those tube men and then he starts dressing up like one to get himself fired.
I've only seen season 1 about 8 months ago.
Oh, I won't spoil it, but there's an episode where he starts dressing up like one. He gets inspired by a tube man, and it's fucking funny as. But yeah, this match. If it wasn't for Dwayne, you would have hoped this would have been the main event of night 1.
Yeah.
But it's not. Regan, did you say you predicted Bayley as well?
Yeah, I'll give it to Bayley. I don't know much about the Japanese girl, so I'll give it to Bayley.
You haven't really been around for a lot of the damage.
Oh, I haven't been around, so I'll just give it to Bayley.
Yeah.
I think the last sort of 6 months they've actually have booked Io very well. I think her initial run with the belt after SummerSlam was a bit iffy.
Yeah.
But I think they have turned it around, thankfully.
Her peak was NXT.
Yeah.
Her NXT run was awesome. That War Games match, fucking hell. That women's War Games match, what was it with Candice LeRae was in that one? And a few others. Jesus Christ. That was awesome. But yeah, this should be, I think Io versus Bayley will be a great match too. I think they'll be really good together. And yeah. Should be good. So, oh yes, this is one of the matches I am looking forward to so much. It is Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship with CM Punk on commentary. Oh, yeah. Fucking hell, man. This whole program, the promos, the shit talking, the social media has been absolutely sensational. I think Drew McIntyre in the last 6 months has been on the run of his life. This is awesome. And the fact that they were already doing great things, and then the fact that CM Punk got added to the mix has only elevated it even further and has made Drew McIntyre into the biggest internet troll of a character, and it's so funny.
That way that on Raw with the 3 of them was awesome.
Oh my god. I mean, stitches, man. It was so funny. But yeah,
Seth Rollins' music comes on and he just goes.
Yeah. There's like Drew, Punk, and The Rock and Roman have all been burying Seth Rollins, calling him the personification of cringe.
Walking clown face emoji.
The walking clown emoji. Yeah, I think Punk's commentary on this match is going to be awesome. He's as he said in the pipe bomb, best in the ring, on the mic, and even at commentary.
Yeah.
McIntyre is one of my favorite wrestlers in the world right now. He is just, his character is just perfect. That whole video package he did, at a funeral parlor was fucking hilarious.
That is just a work of, like, he's been doing some great internet stuff on Twitter.
And TikTok as well.
Was like, yeah, but that promo was like, okay, he's actually like
taking seriously,
like doing really creative stuff on TV as well.
Yeah, and what makes his character so good is that whilst he is being an asshole, he's justified because he actually got screwed. He won the Royal Rumble in 2020, and then he won the belt off Brock in front of no one in a warehouse in the most just depressing WrestleMania main event. It's literally like 4 minutes of finishes in a warehouse. It's sad to watch. Genuinely sad to watch. And then he lost the belt before fans came back. At Clash at the Castle 2022, he got his shot again against Roman. Solo Sikoa screwed him. And he has been frustration after frustration with Gunther, losing twice and then losing to Seth again, having CM Punk steal his spotlight. He has every right to have this attitude, and that's what makes him so compelling. But he's also such a savage about it. I don't see any other result than Drew McIntyre winning the title. I mean, the only alternative I can think of that might be somewhat interesting is if Damian Priest steals it from him. That could happen. Damian Priest could cash in mid-match and steal it from him, or cash in after. But I'm gonna predict Drew McIntyre to win this. I just think it's the right choice.
Yeah, it's a smart choice, considering that they announced that Clash of the Castle is coming back and it's gonna be in Glasgow.
Yeah, man.
All that.
Yeah.
He's gonna be re-signing, I imagine, very soon.
Yeah.
I'll be very shocked if he doesn't. At this point.
Man, dude, imagine if Punk's tricep heals and he faces him in Glasgow. That would be insane. Unlikely, but insane.
Yeah, well, he obviously Punk has said obviously that he thinks it's going well. They cut recovery, but obviously he's not a doctor, so
yeah, I think the more sensible option would be SummerSlam.
SummerSlam at the earliest, I'd imagine.
Yeah. You don't want to fuck with that torn tricep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Regan, did you predict Drew McIntyre as well?
I'm going to give it to Drew, and this will be my Androzani pick.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I obviously want Seth to win, but I'll say Drew.
Interesting.
I'm desperate for Drew to win this match.
Can you imagine Alex hearing me say that? I want Seth to win.
Well, lots changed since 2014.
I know, but still. Yeah. Give it to Drew and Rosano.
That would actually probably be the... No, I think if Seth won, it'd actually be the most shocking result of the night, possibly.
Oh, it's possible.
Because I generally don't think Seth is winning that belt. Winning the returning.
I mean, yeah, neither of us think so because we all predicted Drew.
Yeah. I feel it'd be weird if he didn't lose it here, after all this build up for Drew.
And if Damien comes out, it's a shame because they'll just be like.
I mean, I initially, and the initial match was probably going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, and I think Punk would have won that match too.
Mm-hmm. But they've managed to find something that still works, like the build that they've done with Drew. Makes it seem like it was all planned in a way. Obviously, it wasn't, but it's still working well.
If Damian Priest cashes in after the match, do we still get points?
Yeah, because you're predicting the match.
Yeah, Drew wins.
Unless he cashes in during the match.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If Damian Priest cashes in during the match, then we all lose.
Obviously, if he wins,
the match, though, they're just going to say, "Oh, you copied Seth Rollins." I feel like.
But and because Seth's in the match, that's, I guess, the irony of it.
Yeah,
maybe, yeah.
And Damian Priest would pin Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre would be robbed again.
Exactly. And if they were to do Damian cashing in during the match, that's probably the best outcome. Him pinning Seth, and Drew not getting involved.
Once again being robbed and traumatized by it. Almost getting there. Almost getting there.
I think that's the only thing that would be like, okay, I think there's something there. I would still probably prefer Drew straight up winning.
Yeah, I mean, if they were going to do that, you'd have to have Priest hold it until Clash of the Castle, and then Drew win it at Glasgow in his home.
That's a possibility, because Clash of the Castle, I can imagine the build-up being, at the last Clash of the Castle, you failed, and this is now your chance to win
But the only other thing I will say is that this Clash of the Castle is not in a stadium; it's in an arena.
True, but it's still Scotland. It's like
yeah, that's true. It's Scotland.
If he doesn't win a title,
now I'm slowly being convinced that Damien might cash in. No, I'm going to stick with Drew. Damien, actually, I feel like now that we've brought that up, that actually is very possible. And we haven't really predicted any like shocks. There'll be a couple of shocks on the show.
I predicted the Final Testament to win.
Oh, you did, yeah.
It's that very important match.
But that but that legitimately, that very much can happen. I'm still gonna stick with Drew.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. It's tough. All right. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Does he finish the story? Does he finish the story?
No, the story is we're only in the 5th inning.
No, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
No, Roman to retain. Absolutely not.
Last year's match was. I think everyone would just throw their hands in the air.
Oh, the meltdown that would happen if they have Roman retaining.
You know what they could do? They could do a fake out where he does retain, but then the match gets restarted.
I feel like that might happen. I think a dusty finish could happen.
Yeah.
Something like that. When you think Roman has won.
Yep.
And
the ref restarts the match. That is actually something that actually very much could happen.
Yep. So I'm gonna predict Cody Rhodes to win, and this is my Genesis pick. I'm taking a punt with this. I'm taking a risk, but he has to finish the fucking story. He just has to.
Yep, he has to win with an assist from Stone Cold. It's going to be it's going to be a Bloodline Rules match.
Yeah, the big theory of this match is John Cena, Stone Cold, possibly people who Roman has beaten come in.
It's going to be a literal portals from Endgame at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying after they saw the trailer with Stone Cold and John on it. Why was that?
Just imagine if John Cena has a microphone in the back and he says "on your left."
Because why was that trailer there? Why did it have those two on it?
Yeah. All the people that Roman has doubted, apart from the ones that are in AEW, obviously, because you can't have those. Although some people have been saying that Dustin Rhodes should be allowed to appear. I mean, that would be cool. It would be cool, but I don't know if that's allowed. I don't know. But technically, Brody Lee Jr. was at WrestleMania 39 last year during the main event in the crowd, and he's signed to AEW. Well, at least he's on the roster. But no, he's a kid. It's different when you're a kid. I mean, apparently Cody Rhodes' mum's gonna be there. Michelle Rubio, Mama Rhodes.
Yeah, Mama Rhodes.
Mama Rhodes. Yep. Last year's Roman versus Cody match was like a masterpiece of a match until the last 60 seconds. That's what I thought. It was like amazing, one of the best main events of all time, and then the last 60 seconds was utterly tragic. As soon as Solo Sikoa got in the ring, it just fell off a cliff. I think this match will have a lot more insane bullshit because it'll be probably Bloodline Rules. I think we're going to see a lot of shenanigans, a lot of people running in. It's probably going to be one of those Attitude Era matches where everything happens, just like balls to the walls. But, yeah. Triple Crossroads pin is probably the ending for me. It's probably what's going to happen.
and then he's going to kick out, spear, Roman wins.
Anyway, so I've got Cody to win, Genesis pick. You two lock in your final answers.
Yep, no, Cody for sure.
Yep, Cody Rhodes.
I've got Mr. Cody Rhodes.
I think they're saying Mr. McMahon.
And this is
Who
my
called you the
Androzani
chosen
pick.
one?
Oh, it's your Androzani pick, you coward, you scared boy. So do you know what that means? That means I have a 4-point deficit for this match.
If there is a world...
No, hang on. No. I have an 8-point deficit for this match. Because it's the main event. Oh my god, this is... If Cody does not win, I lose 4 points. And if Cody does win, I gain 4 points. That's insane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
It's a bit of flair, bit of fun.
Yep.
Because if in the very small percentage that Roman does retain, on one hand it's so stupid, but on the other hand for us, if I put this as Matt Androzani, it would be fucking hilarious. Oh, I hope it doesn't happen, but
Evil. No, we have to have him beat Hulk Hogan's record of 3rd longest reigning champion. Even though number one, no one gives a 2 shits about that, and number 2, the belt that Roman's held for that many days is not even the WWE title.
It's the bloody Universal title.
He won the WWE title 2 years ago.
Yeah, Mania 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so actually he doesn't have one of the longest reigns. He has one of the longest reigns of a world title, but not the WWE title. So it's all bullshit anyway.
Blood red title.
Well, actually, to be fair, the one that he had was the blueberry title, because it was SmackDown. And what was it? It was when The Fiend had it, when Bray Wyatt had it. He put it into his funhouse and changed the color, like magically or something like that. 2020 was weird.
It was.
I played the Firefly Funhouse match on 2K24, and I was like, that was weird. I need to go and watch the match.
Oh, the real match is insane. It's awesome.
Yeah, I played the game, and I was like, well, that was weird. Now
it's like
watch the match.
It's like a video essay on John Cena's career. Is what it is.
It was weird.
It's a great video essay.
Yeah, it's not really a match, but it's a great video essay. And then the Boneyard match is also like a horror film, not really a match. But those are the two things. Yeah. Those are the two things worth watching on that show, because everything else is in a fucking warehouse and it's depressing and sad, and COVID was a thing.
No, I just want to watch those ones.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently watched, just because I was kind of like in the mood to just sort of check out some WrestleMania main events, and I watched Drew McIntyre vs Brock Lesnar, and Jesus Christ. It's genuinely just, I never want to watch it again. It's so sad. It's so sad. Yeah, because imagine if WrestleMania 30 was in front of 0 people. How shit that would be. That'd be so sad.
Right.
Daniel Bryan chanting yes alone in a warehouse in Florida. Like, not even a warehouse, like literally a gym. A performance in a gym. And you can hear like the camera crew farting. It's just, it's so bad. Like the commentators, when they talk, you can hear them echoing off the walls. Oh man.
Man, I guess it was that or nothing.
Oh man, I'm so
done nothing.
At least at 37, they did a quarter full stadium with masks and social distancing. At least they did that.
Even then, that still was like. Even around that time, that was like insanely risky.
It was, but it was better. But it was better than 36. I'll tell you that.
It was.
Yeah. Anyway, that is our predictions for WrestleMania Extra Large.
Woohoo!
I'm sure that review is going to be a very long video, because we've got 8 hours of wrestling and a battle royal to talk about.
Oh god. 2 nights of WrestleMania. This will be my first one.
Yeah, it's a.
In my case, 2 mornings.
Be glad it's not in all one night like it was
for me. It's 8 a.m.
Well, to be fair, Regan, when we watched WrestleMania 34, that was a 2-hour pre-show and a 5-hour main show. So it's basically just that was worse. Way too much. That was worse because it was all at once.
That was awful.
Yeah, this is 4 hours each, split across 2 days. It's way more palatable.
It was exhausting.
Yeah. This 4 hours of Triple H booked WWE is a lot easier to watch than 7 hours of Vince McMahon WWE.
No, it'll be fine.
Fuck that, man. Like, literally, we're in, like, the 6th hour of wrestling and a child is winning the tag titles. I was just like, what am I watching? You have a 7-hour show and Cena versus Undertaker goes 2 minutes. Are you kidding me? Genuinely, what the fuck were they doing?
John was not happy about that one.
No, Undertaker wasn't happy about it. He was the one that was pissed. John Cena and Vince McMahon were happy. They thought it was. Yeah, he was. Cena and Vince thought it was hilarious, but it was stupid. You had like an actual dream match people wanted to see, and you wasted it.
Yep.
Fuck that. It should have been the other way around. They should have had Roman Reigns squash Taker and then had Cena and Taker have the long match. That would have made more sense. Whatever. Right, anything else we want to say before we wrap up these predictions for...
Oh, it's going to be a long weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. SmackDown Hall of Fame.
Yeah, hopefully Raw After Mania is actually good this time, because last time it was dreadful.
Oh god, it was so dreadful last year.
I don't know if you know this, Regan, but Raw After Mania last year was booked by Vince McMahon, and it was one of the worst shows ever. It was genuinely terrible.
One of the best shows.
It was fucking awful.
Last couple of years it hasn't been. It hasn't been good for the last, 5-6 years.
Yeah, since before. I think COVID was when they kind of started to drop in quality. And we thought...
just before COVID, yeah.
Because COVID was the one where the Big Show came out and challenged Drew after Mania, and it was weird.
Oh my god.
But and last year we thought we're going to get like a legit Raw After Mania again, and then Vince McMahon books it instead of Triple H, and it's absolutely diabolical.
Had Seth come out, sing his song, and then leave.
Yeah.
After the commercial break.
You had Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar acting like children. The best thing to come out of that show was the Roman Reigns meme face, though. That was fucking hilarious.
Didn't he do his Well, I think he did it a lot of times during that time, but the whole 2 belt swinging him in the air when he gets him out.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. No matter how combining the belts was one of the worst things they did, but at least that image of Roman doing that was very cool.
Yeah, well...
He knows how to present himself.
That's because Roman Reigns, under the Tribal Chief moniker, is actually a really good performer.
Yeah.
And that's weird to hear me... Because Regan, you talked about, imagine if Alex heard you say that about Seth Rollins, you want him to win. I mean, you remember what I was like with Roman Reigns many years ago.
Imagine saying that after suffering
we were all like that.
I was... Oh my god.
Suffering
during that period of time, last year high school, first year of uni, into working, fuck man, I hated Roman Reigns.
He was awful.
The big dog Roman. Jack and the Beanstalk, man.
Back Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
The big dog.
Yeah. Big dog Roman was utterly diabolical.
Awful.
Yeah. And then Cena buried him in that promo in 2017. Absolutely demolished him. But the Tribal Chief is great for the most part. There's a few issues, especially booking wise, but in terms of his performance, I think Reigns really fits this role well. You remember at the press conference when he was when Cody Rhodes insulted his grandfather, and you could see the look on his face, the acting. He's come a long way. Come along.
If he loses,
come a long way from I'm gonna declare for the Royal Rumble.
Declare, and then just paused and hesitated.
Paused and does a cringe face. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to have The Rock and Roman Reigns back in Philadelphia after all this time.
Well, yeah. Awful Royal Rumble.
Another famous meme is The Rock being like, "What the fuck is that? Why are they booing me?" Anyway, any last words before we wrap up the stream?
Hopefully it's a good Mania.
Yep.
Hopefully the finish of the show was good.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, actually no. We'll do one more prediction to up the ante. I just thought of something. I just thought of something really funny and stupid. Are they going to do Michael Cole versus Ivar?
No.
Why?
Because he's obsessed with the antlers.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Actually, no. Ivar's in the Battle Royal, isn't he? Okay, no, they won't do it.
Yeah, he's in the Battle Royal.
Will they do Michael Cole versus Valhalla?
No.
Yeah, sure.
No, we won't do that.
Out his orange jumpsuit
Oh
again.
God, WrestleMania 27. Don't remind me. No, we're not talking about that. That's a fucking terrible show. Trauma. Oh, you're so lucky, Regan, that when you started watching WrestleMania, it was the year after that. You didn't have to sit through that show. I watched that live. I paid $25 for that show. Fuck me. With the anonymous Raw general manager of Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler. Jesus Christ. The main event of WrestleMania ending in a double countout. And then being restarted. The Rock cutting a promo where he forgets what to say and is nervous, which is really unlike him. The core being squashed in a minute. With no Nexus on the show. Even though that's what they were building to. Oh, it's just sad. Fucking Snooki, remember? Snooki had a match.
Oh lordy.
Oh lord. Edge's last match for 9 years was against Alberto Del Rio. Like, ugh. Why? Anyway, we'll see you all next time when we review WrestleMania Extra Large, I